beast stood on its hind legs, its wolfish snout curled into a wicked snarl. Sharp teeth glinted in the flickering light of a nearby gas lamppost. Clawed hands tore at the white shirt and black coat as if the animal wanted desperately to be free from the man. Or was the man trying to be free of the animal? The creature looked toward me, yellow eyes glinting through the damp fog. A spark in my brain, a sense of familiarity. I had met this beast before, but he had looked differently. Jaws gaped as the beast released a howl that made my bones shiver. Ow! I woke suddenly, breathing hard, and feeling disoriented. Bringing my reclined chair to an upright position and glancing around the empty cockpit, I realized I was probably alone on the ship. Commander Meiji and the Mice Brigade were holiday shopping in the quaint village we were parked near. I had volunteered to watch the ship. After that mug of cocoa and plate of sugar cookies, I must have dozed off. Proof that the captain should never be responsible for standing guard. A distant sound of singing brought my attention to the windshield and the forest of fir trees that acted as a green wall, blocking the view of quaint village. A trail of tiny footprints in the snow led away from the ship toward the forest, betraying a path through the thick foliage. Along this path emerged Commander Meiji and her squadron, merrily squeaking carols, chatting and generally disrupting the peace of the winter scene. If my dream hadn't woken me up, these party animals surely would have. Meiji was first to enter the cockpit. A green garland draped around her neck, and delicate glass spheres hanging from each claw. 2 guard mice followed behind, carrying bags brimming with holiday decorations. A thermos was sticking out of one bag, and I snatched it, hoping for space snog. I was not disappointed, although there was a spicy tang I did not immediately recognize. Waving my mug in Meiji's direction, I asked, "Is this the cause for your merriment?"
To borrow from Dickens, you are a Scrooge, Captain.
Dickens? I thought that was Bill Murray.
How can a being who has traveled to thousands of timelines still have no culture?
You better be nice if you want the company to cover your decor expenses. Meiji paused from draping a garland across the top of the windshield to snort in my direction.
Company? What company? I'm counting the days until the mob dog family catches you and I trade this heap of rusty old bolts in for a real battle cruiser.
You would steal my ship? I bought this with my earnings from Songs Out of Time. Private Whiskers was sprinkling tinsel along the dashboard.
My husband plays that when the babies are constipated. Makes them poo every time.
He gave me a tiny thumbs up.
I'm surprised you could get a copy. It's been banned in most star systems as a hate crime.
Nobody said hate crime. Whiskers, can you stop with the tinsel? It's in my space nog.
Leave my soldier alone. He's trying to add holiday cheer to this old wreck.
The castle was less eerie than usual, with snow capping its spiny turrets and lending an air of gingerbread house charm. The demon lord Stephanotis stood at a window in the tallest turret, looking out over the rocky terrain that surrounded their paradise. Usually the winter festivities of solstice cheered the old wizard, but this morning news had reached the fortress that caused the wise one to lapse into contemplation. A horned minion peeked into the room. "My lord, shall I bring you a chalice of your enemy's blood?" "No, thank you, Gimlet. I'm too distracted to revel. Perhaps just a chalice of cocoa. The darkest chocolate you can find, with spice." "Yes, my lord." "Oh, and Gimlet, extra marshmallows, please. They help power my thinking." The tall being turned crimson eyes back toward the window. The sky was gray, heavy with clouds, that brought the sky oppressively close, wrapping the castle in a blanket of blowing snow. Storms came in and out with quick ferocity around the mountain fortress, and the demon lord took little notice of the whistle of the wind as it tore over the parapet and around the keep. They sat in moody silence on the solid throne behind a massive desk of marble, balanced on wooden cats carved into regal or terrifying postures, depending on the cast of shadows and light. The desktop was mostly empty, a 3-tiered red glass pipe to one side, an obsidian chest of sacred herb next to it. Across the desk in the opposite corner was something of sentimental value, a framed photograph in sepia tone of a young man holding a tiny dog with ears as large as its head. The pet and the person were both smiling as if they had been sharing a joke. The young man wore a ring that, even in sepia, seemed to sparkle. It perfectly matched the garnet amulet that hung from a gold chain around the dog's neck. The ring now glinted on the long, manicured finger of the demon lord. Its companion, the dog's necklace, was tragically lost to time. Tonight's special presentation is brought to you in part by Granny's Space Fudge, chocolatey, nutty deliciousness in the handy shape of a log. It's not the excrement of a space worm. It's definitely not that. If you have heard otherwise from our competitor, Real Space Chocolate Inc., please forget it entirely. Put all thoughts of poop out of your head as you sink your teeth into Granny's Space Fudge, from sphincter to table. Ugh. My heap of rusty bolts, the solo trekker, was hurtling through a blizzard. The navigation panes white from the snow blasting against us. I'm not sure we can keep up this pace much longer. There are mountains in this region. Hey, Captain. It's me, Gary the Slug, your navigator. You'd better take your own advice before we wind up splattered on pink doom. The sensors are picking up rocky outcroppings on all sides.
You should give that slug a promotion to Captain. Captain Obvious.
When my old friend StonerSteve invited us, I thought we'd get a warmer welcome.
Stick to flying, Captain. Your career as a comedian is grounded.
Seriously, guys, we are inches from a collision here. If we slow down, the ice giants might mistake us for a bird. To eat?
Target practice, more likely.
The ship rocked violently as something large struck us from the outside.
What did I tell you?
We just need to find that dang castle. It's huge. We shouldn't miss it. Steve, I think we're right above it. Good, because there's an ice giant throwing crater-sized snowballs at us. The ship came to a complete stop before plummeting down out of the clouds and the blur of snowflakes. The spires of the castle seemed to rise around us. So many I lost count. This universe version of me is the most dramatic I've met. However, a call for help is a call for help. After landing, we were swarmed by the Demon Lord's minions, who attacked us with clumps of last year's fruitcake, hard as rock.
I'm getting tired of having things thrown at me. Mouse Guard, prepare a response effort.
Hold up, Meiji. Let me try to contact my friend before you start a war in someone else's castle.
It's called a covert invasion, and we just pulled it off successfully.
I thought this was a response to a call for help. Why am I talking? You don't need a navigator anymore, right? The ship's landed, so I'm heading to the kitchen. Anybody else need snacks? And now, a message from our sponsor. Worried about falling asleep during the solstice ceremony? On the longest night of the year, you need Witch's Brew caffeine supplement to keep the magic awake. With almost no side effects and naturally harvested from Isle of Newt, this supplementary suppository works from the bottom to wake you up. Witch's Brew caffeine supplement, wherever Merlin's Jack Blast is found. We sat in StonerSteve's library. The shelves stretched out into the shadows. This place must have been gargantuan. But next to the fireplace, it was cozy and warm. The demon lord was catching us up on why they had called for help. So you see, Sebastian and I have been wandering the cosmos together for thousands of lifetimes. Yet in this timeline, we have been separated. He left, you know, just walked out one day. I was much different then. Yeah, I'm familiar with Solstice of the Werewolf, the best-selling book, and major motion picture.
I didn't know that was based on a true story. Impressive.
Thank you, Commander. You have always been the more observant of your duo.
I appreciate the compliment, but we are most definitely not a duo. This magical clown is wild. Have you heard his holiday song?
No. I have not had the pleasure as of yet. I did hear the Robo-Union was suing you, Steve, for gross mistreatment of AI on Songs Out of Time. Just dreadful.
Try living with him.
What are we talking about, dude? My companion spirit. They're missing. Somewhere in Victorian London. I learned this from my scrying ball. Oh, yeah. I found them the other day. At the time, I wasn't sure who it was. I've just been having visions, you know? But now I'm positive. Sebastian, brace yourself, is a werewolf. But he seems to be fighting it, as if it's not his natural form. Do you think he might have been stuck in the wrong timeline during the last great skip? Yes, that is coughable. I mean, possible.
Hey, this is turning into a rescue mission after all.
And now, a message from our sponsor. After receiving complaints, the Galaxy Ad Review threatened to end our broadcast if this ad had a secret poop joke. So, this ad does not have a secret poop joke. That would be hilarious. This is just a boring ad for Gumrite brand toilet paper. If you're right-gummed, choose Gumrite. And now, the exciting conclusion to the most specialist, very special holiday special. We found ourselves in the poorly lit, fog-covered streets of Victorian London. It was spooky. Jack the Ripper is running around, okay? It's spooky. When we found Sebastian, he was battling for his soul. It took all of us joined together to battle the unseen forces who were determined to keep Sebastian in the wrong timeline. Sound effects of magic battle. Pew, pew, pew. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Howling wolf. Oh! Spaceship engine. We found ourselves back at Stephanotis's castle, in the Great Hall, sharing a well-earned feast. So there were two of me in the last timeline, a man and a wolf? That's why I kept changing back and forth. Exactly. In this timeline, Sebastian, you seem fated to be a dog. I became what I had to be after facing betrayal from my clan. You can also become whatever you want to be, my friend. Really? In that case, I've always wanted to be a cat.
Are you sure about that? I enjoy it, but it is a lot of work. Is it a wonderful life? But it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, Meiji, I forgot to give you your holiday bonus. This should cheer you up. It's a signed copy of my new holiday single.
Did you burn this off of your computer?
Yep.
Blessings on the tree, blessings on the tree.